Welcome back to Coffee Talk. Grab your coffee or your tea or whatever it is you drink and join us for our talk today. Can you believe it's been almost 5 years since we retired? Woo-hoo. So we're going to just tell you some things that we've learned in those 5 years.
One of the first things I think that we learned in these past 5 years is to have budget flexibility.
Yeah, I think you'll learn that you typically spend less in retirement than you do when you work. When you work and you got that paycheck coming in, you seem like you go out to eat all the time and you're always spending money. Actually, we go to the grocery once a week, but we don't really go out and shop like we used to. You just typically spend less in retirement.
We go to Walmart maybe once every 2 months, maybe once a month, but most of the time once every 2 months just to get our vitamins.
Typically, you will spend less in retirement. That's one thing that we have learned in those 5 years.
Yep.
You don't have your everyday commute expense.
That adds up.
That was gas. He had 30-minute drive. I had a 15-minute drive, but just the wear and tear on your car, the gas, all of that, you don't have that anymore. And we don't put many miles at all on our cars.
No.
So that's kind of nice. Another thing that we've learned in 5 years of retirement is learn to embrace change. Retirement is kind of scary when you're coming upon it because it's a place you've never been before. You've never been retired. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what to expect. There's a lot of unknowns out there. But it's unstructured. And so many people don't do well if their life is not structured. But it gives you more flexibility to do the things that you want to do. What we found, which who would have thought, our mornings is probably our best time of day because we get up and we drink our coffee and we don't have to rush, hurry, get out the door, and we can watch the news. We watch other people rush, get out the door, get in all that traffic that we don't have to
It used to be that we got up in the mornings, pour our coffee. We knew we had 10, 15 minutes to drink our first cup of coffee, go take a shower or whatever, get dressed, and we had maybe 10, 15 minutes maybe to grab a bit to eat if we were hungry, but then we need to be out the door in 10 minutes. It's like, wow, we don't do that no more.
And that is, for us, the most enjoyable part is that it's a more relaxing start to our day. Now, it seems like we don't accomplish near as much as we used to because we start our day a little later. We still get up about 6, but it's that morning time of just relaxing, doing our devotions, drinking our coffee. Then we start our day. We go usually either for a walk down the road or we go downstairs and get on
do our workout.
Because that's important to do as well.
The next thing we know is, man, it's 12 o'clock.
Where's our day gone? But it's a more relaxed day, and we love it.
Yes, we do.
Another thing that we've learned is that post-retirement, you need to continue to have those social connections. We don't get up and go to work and see people like we used to. My office was like Grand Central Station. Everybody and anybody came in all the time. And they'd sit down, they'd talk, and I enjoyed that. I do miss that part of my job. But since we've retired, it's he and I and our son. So we had to make special efforts to go places and do things. There's a group called the Senior Executive Club. It's a free club.
Yep. We're seniors.
If you're old, you can go. And they meet once a month. They give you a free breakfast. Who can beat that?
Yeah, it is a good breakfast.
Yeah, and they have a speaker. And so we get out and we see people, we mingle, and then we go to a Bible study once a month at our church called Legacy Builders, another group of old people.
Free donuts.
Free donuts and coffee. But it's important to still have those social connections as you retire. Because if you don't, if you're a social butterfly, which we are not, we're both introverts. Not. But if you are used to having all those social connections at work, You need an outlet for that.
Yeah.
And so you have to seek that out as you retire and to keep that a social connection active in your life.
Then another thing we've learned in our 5 years is that on time management, man, we're in charge of our time, so we can do basically whatever we want, whenever we want.
Right. You're not on your 9 to 5
No.
work schedule. So you get to choose to do what brings you joy. And that's different for
Yeah.
different people. Some people like to go fishing.
Yeah.
Some people like to go hiking and camping. And I mean, everybody has different things that they enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And so retirement is the time to do those things.
Yeah, before, the time management was pretty much in the hands of my supervisor. I had to go ask them if it was okay to take a vacation 4 months down the road. Now, if we wake up and you say, hey, you see something either on Facebook or somewhere, they're having something special doing somewhere, so let's go do it.
I remember one time asking to get off to go to my uncle's funeral. I was given a no. I did it anyway because I was there over 30 years.
Yeah.
And it was in our policy that I could get off for funerals. And so
Yeah.
I took off for the funeral. But you are your own boss.
Yeah.
You run your own schedule. And there's nothing like it, actually.
Yes. So time management is whatever you want to make of it.
Another thing that you need to consider that we have learned
Yes.
in our 5 years is that you are in charge of your physical and mental well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to make an effort to get our exercise in.
Yes.
Because it would be so easy to sit on the couch and be a couch potato. But we know physically and mentally that is not good for us.
Yes.
So we make an effort at least 5 days a week.
Try to anyway.
To go for a walk or to get on the treadmill for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important that we do that because we want to stay as physically active and healthy as we can for as long as we can. But that's one thing that we have learned is we have to make that concerted effort to do that.
Yes.
And if you are not self-disciplined, you may have to join the Y or do something where you're accountable to someone because we're pretty self-motivated. I mean, we know we need to do it, and so we do it. And so I think we keep each other motivated. Are you going to walk today? Well, I'll walk if you walk, and, But if you don't have that person to help you, then you may have to join an exercise group or do something where they'll call you and say, hey, where were you today?
It's a lot easier in the summertime when we can get out and walk down the country road. It's about 1.5 miles. It's so much easier than in the wintertime when you wake up, you're cold. You kind of, okay, are you going to go down and do the treadmill today? And okay, you got to kind of encourage each other in the wintertime.
And we're always glad we did, even though it's like, oh,
Makes
I don't
you feel
want
better.
to. I don't want to go down there. I'm too cold. I just want to sit here. We're always glad when we did
when it's finished.
It always feels so good to have that accomplished.
Yes.
So that's another thing that we've learned.
Yes.
Another thing that we've learned in our 5 years of retirement is that we want to leave a legacy. And we want to leave a legacy for our family. Mm-hmm. We want to leave a legacy for future generations. Really, the main reason we do these coffee talks is because between us, we have years of experience and years of knowledge. Mm-hmm. And if we can help people who are thinking about retirement, who are planning retirement, if we can help people make that transition easier, then that's what we want to do. Yeah. We recently had a young person comment on one of our videos that they said, even though I'm young, I really appreciate your guys' information, the insight that you have. And so that made us think, okay, We're doing what we want to do. I worked in children's ministry for years, and we imparted into kids, but that was a season. That was a season of life. And this is a season of life. Yes, we're retired, but we still want to do what we're passionate about. And we're passionate about helping people. And so that's why we do these coffee talks. We love to do them because it is our passion.
And to see this, this one case in particular, a feedback, it just motivates us even more to get out and to do all that we can to help mentor and to be, maybe a good guide for other younger people.
And the last thing that we'll talk about today that we've learned in retirement.
Still can't believe it's been 5 years already.
I know that 5 years just zip.
Yeah.
It's
and
gone.
we had talked about actually still working up to this time and retiring this year in particular. I'm so glad we didn't do that.
And now we have 5 years.
5 years, and we look back at everything we've done. Wow.
But in that 5 years of retirement, we have got a deeper appreciation for the simple things in life. We just enjoy being home. We enjoy being with our grandkids. We just enjoy doing simple things.
We enjoy life more.
Yes. It's so much less stressful. When you have a 9-to-5 job, and we've said this so many times, you don't realize the pressure you're under until you're not under it anymore. And we just simply enjoy life. And we want to be an inspiration to others that when you retire, your life isn't over. It's just beginning. It's a whole new phase that you're starting, and you can still impart into other people's lives, even after retirement. And that's the reason we do these coffee talks. We want to be a good influence to others, and we enjoy doing these, and we hope you guys enjoy them as well. And if there's a subject that you would like for us to talk about in a coffee talk, let us know in the comments. And if you're out there retired and you've been retired a pretty good length of time, let us know some of the things that you've learned along the way. We'd love to hear them.
Yes, we would.
We'll see you next time on Retired and Loving It. If you'd like to see more of our videos, click the video that just popped up on your screen